I remain beyond flattered and frankly astounded that so many of you value my opinions and recommendations. I keep trying to tell you that I'm just a random dork that talks out of his ass half the time, but y'all just keep coming back and asking for my advice. I sincerely appreciate all the faith and trust you all have in me. I do my best to be a thoughtful influencer. I hate that term because my desire is never to influence you. It's just to create content and give my opinions and experiences and help you make informed decisions. But I really do try to keep a beginner's mindset, even as my own writing skills have progressed, as I become more experienced. My focus is on the new writer. It always has been and it always will be. Having said that, even though it probably makes me look like a dick, there is one question I get all the time that I never respond to. And that is the most common question pretty much anyone who exists in the motorcycle space gets asked. Which bike should I get? Or which should I choose between this bike and that bike? There are many reasons why I just don't answer this question. Consider this video a form of apology as I try to explain why. That's not really a question I can answer based on an email or a quick interaction in the YouTube comments. First of all, it's a very complicated question requiring extensive background information to answer. I can't answer it thoughtfully without a lot more information than you can give me in a single email. I need to know who you are as a rider, what your skills are, what your goals are, where you'll be riding, what your future plans are, where you live, etc., etc., etc. It's definitely not a quick, hey, just get that one experience, because that is not enough information. That is a guess at best. I need a lot more information than, hey, I like these two bikes, which one should I get? Also, my experience and skills are different than yours, but my perspective and experience is the only one I can speak from. The perfect bike, in my opinion, might be absolute dog for you. It's why I try to share so much on this channel. It's why I want you to see my riding adventures. I want you to see my struggles and my triumphs while I'm out riding on these adventures, because I want you to know where the person who's dispensing this wisdom, it's not wisdom, this bullshit is coming from. And the only way to do that is by letting you see who I am as much as possible. I also have biases, so you may not like my answer. If your heart is set on a Super Tenere, then you're definitely not going to like the answer I give you if you say you want to get one. It might be the perfect bike for you, but I am never going to recommend it. Third reason is I just get a lot of those emails. I get people asking all the time, 3, 4, 5 times a day. I just can't possibly answer them all, which means some people end up getting butthurt or offended that I was ignoring them and answering other people. Number 4, I just don't want to be responsible for such a major purchase. If I recommend a bike you end up not liking after you spent thousands of dollars on it, well, I get the blame for that. There's really no way to win in that particular game. Another reason is that most of the people who are asking are just splitting hairs. I never get someone asking, hey, should I buy a TW200 or a Pan America? It's always like two very similar bikes that are, we're just talking nitpicky differences. If you're trying to decide between two bikes in the same category, you're looking at two streety dirt bikes as an example, it doesn't matter. Just get the one you can get the best deal on or the one you like the most. Many people are just looking for validation for a choice they've already made, but you know yourself better than I do. Me saying, yep, that's a good call, is not as important as you deciding which bike it is that is going to make the most sense for you. Also, your first bike is almost never your forever bike. You don't even know what you don't know. The first bike is there to help you figure it out, not to be the bike you ride forever. The first bike is always going to be wrong in some way, so it matters a lot less than you think which one you pick, because you're probably going to move on from it anyway. If it were up to me, everyone who expresses any interest in ADV riding would be assigned a TW200 immediately. By the time you've outgrown that bike, you'll know exactly what annoys you about it, and that will help you inform your decision about what kind of bike you want to move up to. Also, this sounds like I'm being a dick, but there are 1,200 videos on this channel dedicated to answering that exact question. Believe me, I have used up my very limited supply of wisdom already. There aren't any hidden gems left waiting to be unearthed. There's no new information locked inside my brain that I have decided not to share with you in videos. You'll find the answer you want by watching the videos I've made, most likely. That's the fastest and easiest way to get inside my brain. And number 8, you might not like my answer. I guess I'd rather be the dick who ignores emails than the dick that tells you that your bike choice is stupid. And finally, and this is more of a personal reason, but it is f***ing exhausting. Beneath this veneer of gregariousness lies a tiny, frightened introvert. I get my fill of socialing from making these videos and interacting with all of you at events. After that, I have to go back to my dork cave to hibernate and recharge. And yeah, if you're not an introvert, you're not gonna get it. because you're like, well, answering an email is not the same thing. It kind of is, though. So no offense, this is a personal issue of mine, and my mental health has become a lot better since I've realized it and tried to accommodate it rather than trying to force myself into situations I feel obligated to be in or to things I'm obligated to do. Thank you. I appreciate your interest and your faith in my wisdom, but I don't know that I'm the right person to be answering your questions in most cases. If you really want to know, if you listen to all that and you still, okay, yeah, but what bike to get? That's what you want to know? Here's my answer. My advice remains the same as always. Get the smallest bike that can do most of what you want to do. Do not start with a full-size adventure bike if you've never ridden off-road, unless you never plan to go on anything beyond well-manicured gravel. A dirt bike or a small dual sport is the way to go if you want to learn. A cheaper bike means cheaper consequences of failure, and a smaller bike means less chance of hurting yourself while you learn. It is way easier to pick up a dual sport all day, and you will drop it as you build your skills. I do appreciate your faith in me and the value you place in my opinion, but a stranger's bike choice is just something that I do not feel qualified to weigh in on. Please accept my apologies for not responding to those emails, but I promise you, you're probably better off without my opinion anyway. If you really still, after hearing all this, must have my opinion on something, I recommend messaging me on Patreon. Not saying you should pay for my advice. In fact, I think I should pay you not to take it, but I do try to respond to those messages as often as possible. It's the least I can do for someone who is for some reason giving their real money to support my espousing of bullshit on the internet. Also, if you made it this far and you still want to support the channel, even though I just told you I can't help you with your most pressing question, please consider using my affiliate links to Rocky Mountain ATV, Moto Camp Nerd, Amazon, Revzilla, Moscow, Moto, Butler Maps. There's one for the Devos outdoor lights that I like so much. All of those links are in the description and in a pinned comment. And if you use those links when you're shopping, you pay no extra. I get a small commission, which supports the channel and keeps me making this kind of content. There's also several promo codes that can save you money in there at certain sites. So I would take a look at those links, even if you don't want to support me. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Believe me, I do. I realize I just made a video making it sound like I don't, but I so appreciate you. But, you know, there are just some things that are beyond my scope as the dork that I am. Thank you for watching, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!